martial arts friends, welcome to the video. Thank you for clicking on the link. You know I always appreciate it when you guys join me for my fun little martial arts videos here. This video, fair warning up front, this is way more content than any one person should probably put into a single video, but you know, whatever. The stuff that I'm gonna put together that I'm gonna show you in this video, I've actually got 4 lines, they're lines with line play drills. You know, I've got 4 lines that I'm gonna go over in this video. It's pretty complicated stuff, but you know, the thing is that I put this stuff together because this is kind of some of the stuff I've been working on in class with some of my students. And I'm kind of working on some of the principles and tactics and things that John has been teaching me in relation to some of the stuff that I've been teaching to my own students. And you know, I figure I'm just gonna put all this out here that I was just working on, because there's plenty of people online that say, hey, you want to learn how to do a Heaven 6? You know, that's fine, that's good. You know, that's fine. There's no worries about that. You know, you want to do your slashing, the spotty daga type of stuff, kind of more basic kind of things. This video is not that, okay? This video, I'm putting this stuff together with the mindset of just kind of showing you guys how to put these things together, like tactically. This is not necessarily so much a follow along video as it is an instructional, educational is probably a better way to put it, educational video. I'm just going to talk about a lot of stuff. I will, you know, go into good detail as far as like what I'm doing with all these things, but you know, it's just telling you up front, it's going to be kind of a lot in this video, but I hope it's a blessing to you. Hope it's something that you guys can use in your own training. Let me stop flapping my lips at you, and let's go ahead and get to it. All right, I'm gonna start out by showing you guys the maps that we're gonna be using today. So this is the first one we're gonna be using, these blue lines here, okay? And then for our second set, we're gonna come over here to this one, okay, to these yellow lines. I'll show you how all these work out. Once again, it's really good to draw your angles out so that you can gain a lot more accuracy with your footwork by putting this stuff together like this. Let me go ahead and show you the footwork for the first one. So we're gonna be using these blue lines for the first 2 actually. So I'm starting off in bladed position. I'm gonna take this left foot, I'm gonna step it onto, see how my heel is in line with this line here? That's what's called the 15-degree line. Then I'm gonna take my toes and put them in line on that 45-degree mark, which is essentially like I'm bridging here on left 45, but I'm using my right foot here. Then I'm gonna take this left foot and I'm gonna bring it all the way around up forward triangle like that. Then I'm gonna take my right foot and I'm gonna do a pass-through step up 0 degrees. Then I'm gonna take this left foot and I'm gonna step out 90 degrees because this is now 0 there, right? Stepping out 90 degrees, feet come together. This is now the new 0. So I'm gonna step left 45 with my left foot, right foot comes up 0, and my left foot does a pass through, boom, and I step back like that. Let me have you guys look at me while I'm doing it. It'll probably make a little more sense. All right, now with you guys watching me. So I'm starting off in bladed position. Left foot steps on the 15-degree line in line with on the circle. Right foot steps onto the 45. I'm gonna step around up forward triangle with my left foot. Right foot steps up, pass through step up 0 degrees. Left foot steps out 90, boom. Reorient myself to 0, tracking 0 degrees here. Left foot steps left 45. This is now forward triangle. Right foot is gonna step up forward triangle. Left foot does a pass through and you just step back like that. Okay, what in the world are we doing with this, right? Okay, so let me show you what we're doing with it with the hands. So I'm starting off here, bladed position, and chamber number 1. When I step on this 15 degree, I'm going to do a V strike 1. So that goes boom like that as my foot lands. Right foot steps on to the 45 degree mark as I slash my diagonal 2. I'm going to come up 0 degrees. I'm going to slash a 3 as I step up with that left foot. Step up 0 degrees as I slash the 4. Now this is when I'm going to utilize my ability to, I'm practicing transitioning from contact to contradas back to contact in some interesting ways and going from the basic line to the advanced line, okay? So I just swung a fluid 4. Now I'm going to do a reverse angle 2 in step 90, taking the contradas line, because they would be swinging a 1 back at me from here. So I'm going to step 90 as I do a reverse angle 2. I would be taking their hand there, hopefully, but let's suppose they're good and they protect themselves. I'm going to go down to my 3. This is going to take me onto the 3 takes the 2 contradas line, because if they just swung 1 to 2, they're on their 2, I'm on my 3, I can take their angle 2. So I'm going to step up left 45, 3 takes the 2 on contradas. Left hand is going to slip in here, and then I'm going to do a backhand thrust as I step up forward triangle. Left foot is going to come up, do a pass through as I do, boom, a forehand vertical strike. The reason why I'm doing it this way, okay, it's good to get to where you can transition from contact to contradas back to contact super fluidly and in unique ways, because it makes it really difficult for people to see when you're changing the flow of combat, allowing you to get hits a lot easier. Let me go through that one again. Try to explain it to you in great detail here. So left foot steps on the 15 degree line, boom, V strike. Strike my angle 2 as I step on the 45 degree line. Come up forward triangle with my angle 3. Left foot steps, that's a pass through. I'm going to step up on 0 degrees with my 4. Right foot steps, that's another pass through. Stepping 90, taking the contradas line with a reverse angle 2. And because this is a circular strike, right? So the reason why this works to go to contradas line, 2 takes the 1, to the 3 takes the 2, is because in order to get to the 3 takes the 2, you do a vertical to the 3, boom, as they do 1 to 2. Generally, that's how you get into it. A vertical is just a circular energy strike. A reverse angle 2 is also a circular energy strike. Therefore, when I step left 90 with this reverse angle 2, I can take their hand on the basic line of contradas. Since that circular energy, it can take me straight into the 3 takes the 2. Hopefully all that makes sense. 0 degrees is here. Left 45, I'm going to step up 3 takes the 2. Left hand is going to be coming up. I would be transferring their hand or their weapon into my left hand here as I step up forward triangle with a backhand thrust, stepping through, pass through left foot, boom, with the vertical. The reason why I do backhand thrust to vertical is because if this is if it's a sharp weapon, right, if it's got a point on it, that backhand vertical is going to be the end, because that's going to thrust into their head, okay? But if it's a blunt weapon, boom, that's not going to be enough to end it, but that is with a blunt weapon. Coming down on top of their head, boom, with a slash, with a blunt weapon is going to be more of a finishing strike. So the reason why we do backhand thrust to a downward vertical or forehand vertical is because I'm doing finishing with the sword, finishing with a blunt weapon. That's why I do it that way. One more time for this line, then we're gonna move on to the next one. V strike, 2, 3, 4, reverse 2, 3, backhand thrust as I use this left hand to a forehand vertical. Boom, like that. Let me show you the second line that we're working with. All right, back here, looking at our map, right? So bladed position, like always. This time I'm gonna bridge to the inside, and we're gonna be using, this is what's called encompassing footwork, right? So I'm encompassing, going to the left, getting my angle. I'm going to encompass going to the right this time. This time I'm gonna take this back foot and I'm gonna step it behind me like that. You see how I'm taking this, and now my back foot is in line with that 15-degree line. Then I'm gonna take my front foot, my left foot here, and step it up onto the 45. I've bridged here, okay? Taking this left foot now, stepping up forward triangle here. Right foot comes up and then steps up. Don't do that, okay? That's gonna mess up the flow of energy. You need to bring this up and then forward. Then it's gonna be the same thing. This comes out 90, reorient 0 here, left 45, forward triangle, left foot does a pass through, and we come back, okay? Let me have you take a look at me. All right, now with you guys watching me real quick. So I'm gonna take this left foot here, and I'm stepping it behind me like this, right? I'm gonna take this right foot and step it up onto that 45-degree line, stepping up forward triangle with the left. Right foot is gonna step up 0 degrees. This is the new 0. Since this is 0, that's 90. Boom, step at 90. This is 0. Left 45, forward triangle, pass through, up 0, and back. Now let's do it with the weapon. So it's gonna be the same thing that we did last time. Okay, so we're gonna do when we step on this 15-degree line, I'm gonna do that V strike 1. Then I'm stepping up with my 2 as I step onto the 45-degree line. Stepping up forward triangle with 3. Then I'm stepping up 0 degrees with my 4. And then I'm gonna step out on 90 as I do my reverse 2, taking that Contradas line again. Turning, this is 0, left 45 as I do 3, transferring their hand or weapon to your left hand as you step forward with your backhand thrust. Left leg does a pass through as you do your forehand vertical. Boom. So the second half of this is exactly the same as the last one. The only difference is I'm doing encompassing footwork to the inside this time instead of encompassing footwork to the outside. So I'm utilizing the circle, boom, there to bridge on my opponent, and then moving up forward triangle, coming up 0 degrees with the 4. They defended themselves with all that, so I think to myself, let's go to the Contradas line. Let's take this from contact to Contradas, switching the flow, right? Left 90, boom, as I take their hand, hopefully, let's say they defended, this person's real good, so I'm gonna cut another angle, boom, taking another Contradas line, taking a different Contradas line this time. All of this has been slashing up until this point, and so let's see how they do against a thrust, right? So we're gonna go ahead and thrust, and then finish them off. Boom, like that. That's the reasoning for all this, okay? If somebody can defend to the outside, well, try going to the inside, right? Maybe do that. You can even do the same thing. It's the same thing, right? But I went to the inside instead of the outside. If somebody is doing a good job defending against slashes, maybe try a thrust, right? Boom. That's the reasoning behind this sequence of movements on these two lines. I I'm utilizing the striking for the breaking of time. I'm utilizing the circle for using encompassing footwork on the circle is a really sneaky way to catch an angle on somebody. Switching it from utilizing the circle to utilizing the diamond, you're going from those two different geometric shapes as far as catching an angle on your opponent. And then utilizing the difference between slashes and thrusts and contact and contradas, right? So I'm changing all of these things. I'm trying all these different things just in this short little form here, just in this short little line play drill. Because when you're fighting somebody, this is something that John has taught me going up and teaching with him. For those of you that don't know who John is Kali Center's Seattle chapter leader. He is like ridiculously good. He's training with Cecil. I can't remember Cecil's last name. He's trained with Paul for like over 10 years. He's been training with Cecil, which is he's one of only 5 fencing masters, maestros in the continental United States. I mean, like the Western Hemisphere, basically. Dude is crazy good. So John really knows what he's talking about. This is the type of stuff that he's talked to me about. Changing your tactics. Use the circle, then use the diamond. Be on contact, then go to contradas. Use the basic line of contradas, then try the advanced line. Use slashes, use thrusts. Use thrusts, use slashes. So that changing up these different tactics, it will help you catch angles, and you'll be able to poke and prod at somebody to see where their weaknesses are so that you can exploit them. All right, let's move on to the next set. All right, next lines. So we're still going to be utilizing the 15-degree line here, but we're going to utilize this more as a way to get a quick angle to be able to cut straight in up this, utilizing that 15-degree line as our forward triangle. Instead of going over here to the 45, we're going to use that and just travel straight up that line and do some different things depending on which side. So we're going to go to the outside and we're going to go to the inside, utilizing it a little bit differently here. So this one to the left, we're starting off in bladed like always. I'm going to step up onto the circle. Notice how my heel is on that line. It's not my toes here. You want your heel on that 15-degree line to give yourself a really good angle. I'm going to take this left foot, bringing it up first and then forward. Don't just do this. For energy movement, the flow of energy, it matters. Bring your feet together and then move up. Then I'm going to bring my left foot up, and then I'm going to step up 0 degrees with the right foot. Left foot is going to go up the new left 45. I'm re-quartering. Notice that that's a little bit longer. It needs to be because it's a re-quarter step. Boom, got to be a little bit longer there. Then I'm going to step up this way with the right foot and come back, okay? All right, now if you guys looking at my feet. So I'm going to step on this 15 degrees on the outside, left side of our circle here. Right foot comes together and then up. Feet come together. I'm going to take my right foot up with this new 0 degrees. Left foot is going to go nice big step, 3/4 to the left. Right foot just pops forward just like that, okay? All right, so what are we doing here? So I'm going to use that V strike again, right? But this time, I'm going to take a different contradas line. So I'm going to come here and do V strike, and I'm slashing down on this 2, right? The goal is to catch timing, boom, right there, all right? But let's say they're fast. Let's say that they saw that. So I'm going to do a doblete here. So a doblete is a main edge slash to a main edge slash. So you're cutting and just doing a wrist manipulation to get this slash back down, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm doing V strike and then doblete. One strike, feet come together as I'm doing this wrist manipulation and bringing this down onto their 3, okay? So this would be the 2 takes the 3. Normally, just for those, so that you can see what this normally, the way it's normally taught, is I'm gonna do a 1 as I move up 45, broken 2, smaller step as I come down with my angle 2 on their 3, and then I would be in the Contradas drill. We're not trying to move into a drill, I'm trying to utilize this to defeat an opponent here, right? So what I'm doing is it's the same basic principles here. So instead of going to the 45 with the full-on shoulder strike fluid 1, I'm going to the 15 with a V strike. Instead of going broken 2 down to the 2, because that puts 2 strikes in a row on the same line, right? Instead of doing that, I'm doing a doblete to put 1 strike, 2 strike on the same line. That's going to put me on the Contradas line. The 2 takes the 3. All right, mixing it up a little bit here, right? This is trying to be tactical, trying to be sneaky about the way I'm utilizing these things. V strike, doblete, boom, that's the timing. 2 would be taking their 3. Or covering the line is what that's called. It's putting my edge there so that they can't throw their weapon. Even if I don't take their hand, I have positioning, because I'm gonna come up, as I re-quarter, I'm gonna do a closed thrust, so I'm thrusting, turning it as it's in their body and cutting out is what I'm doing. And then I am slashing on a number 2. The reason why you want to do a closed thrust, typically the closed thrust keeps your hand behind the weapon and protects it. For this, if I just do a fluid thrust like that, the weapon is gonna stay stuck in their body if it enters. So I need to allow it to enter, rotate the weapon, and cut its way out so that I can finish my movements here, right? Once again, that thrust would probably finish them if it's a sharp weapon, if we're talking an edged weapon. If this is a blunt weapon, that's just gonna knock the wind out of them a little bit, maybe make them come forward a little, which is why we're coming in with this angle 2. Boom, that would be coming either on the side of their head or the back of their head. That's finishing the fight. Just depends on if you've got an edged weapon or a blunt weapon, right? So once again, 15-degree on the circle, V strike. Coming up the 15-degree line, utilizing this as forward triangle. As I do a doblete, 1 strike, 2 strike, like that, okay? Covering that number 3 line so I can re-quarter and do my closed center line thrust, and boom, angle 2 to the back of their head. One more time on this one. 15-degree V strike. Come up, forward triangle, doblete, boom, like that. Close thrust as I re-quarter, boom, slashing the angle 2 down to the back of their head. Let's look at the last one. All right, let's take a look at this last one here. So we're gonna utilize the inside line this time, utilizing the circle, that 15-degree line. So I'm gonna step onto it once again. This back foot, just like before. Right foot is gonna step up to that 45-degree like before. This time we're not gonna go up this 15-degree line so direct, but we're gonna do some fun sneaky stuff on a re-quarter here. So I'm gonna come up, bringing the feet together, moving up, forward triangle. Feet come together. This is 0 degrees now. This is the new left 45. So we're gonna step out on the new left 45, turning up, forward triangle. I'm gonna step right foot, up, forward triangle. This becomes 0 degrees at that point. Left foot is gonna do a pass through, up 0 degrees. Right foot comes up, right 45, and I would move out this way, encompassing. Let me have you guys take a look. All right, now with you guys looking at me. So left foot steps behind the right foot steps up, to that 45-degree line. Left foot is gonna step up, forward triangle. Feet come together. This is the new 0. That's new left 45. Left foot steps out on the new left 45. Notice how I'm running in that direction, right? Right foot comes together. I'm gonna step up the new forward triangle. Left foot does a pass-through step. Right foot steps out on right 45. And then I'm gonna encompass. Encompassing, paying attention to the rest of my opponents, if this was a multiple opponent situation. Okay, so what are we doing? Let's put it together, hands, right? So with this one, I'm actually gonna start in the number 4 position, okay? So when we step out with that left foot on the circle, boom, I'm swinging my angle 4 as I step with this left on this reverse step. Right foot is gonna swing a circular angle 1. So a circular angle 1 is not a vertical, it does not come like this. It comes in front of your body like that, boom, in a circular fashion, okay? So I'm coming here 4, boom, 4 like this, circular 1, because I'm gonna take the contradas line. This is 3, takes the 2. I'm now on contradas if they went 1 to 2 there, all right? I'm stepping forward triangle as I do my 3. I am now going to go left 45. The fight is on contact, it's on contradas right now. I want to put it back to contact, but I want to do it in a way that's going to give me an advantage, right? So I'm going to step left 45, and I'm going to do that doblete again, right? So I'm going to come with my 2. They would be coming up to their number 2 chamber, so I'm going to put this, boom, where their number 2 chamber is, covering that line, all right? Now they wouldn't be able to throw their weapon, and as I'm doing this pass through, I'm going to do a palm down thrust to their head. Once again, if it's, we're doing this, we're finishing with the slash, with the whole edge weapon, blunt weapon concept, coming to 2. As I step up right 45, I'm gonna slash my angle 2 at this person, turning my gaze as I encompass to potential other opponents. Let's do that again. So, starting at 4, stepping angle 4 as I step on 15 degree, circular 1 as I step on to the 45, 3 takes the 2. Then I'm gonna re-quarter as I do a doblete, boom, stepping up forward triangle on that second strike of your doblete. Left 45, left leg is gonna come up 0 degrees as I thrust. Right leg comes out right 45 as I slash and encompass, paying attention to potential other other opponents. Let me do it one more time, and then I'll demonstrate all of them for you and let you go. So we've got, we're starting in 4, we're swinging our 4, circular 1, 3, doblete as I re-quarter and come up forward triangle. This is a slash to thrust, so I'm gonna thrust as I step up with a pass through with my left leg. Comes to chamber 2 as the feet are passing through, stepping up right 45 with that angle 2, and paying attention to other opponents as I encompass. Let me demonstrate them for you guys real quick, huh? today in this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I think you guys are so awesome. I know that was a lot for a video, just one video, but I really just kind of wanted to just dig into like the reasonings behind like why you do certain things in combat and with Kali and these things that we learn with this art form, so you guys can kind of just see how to start implementing this if somebody hasn't already been showing you this stuff, because I know it's just kind of how it is. It's kind of what it's like in martial arts. It's not just Kali, but sometimes you don't always get to see how to apply these things. We learn drills, we learn forms and stuff like that, and it's good. That's where the art is. That's how you learn it. But you really ought to be able to practice good visualization. It's not imagination, it's visualization. You're trying to visualize combat as accurately as possible and utilize these techniques from these forms and all these various drills and these various things that you learn through the practicing of your art in class. Try to visualize combat and mix these things together, kind of like what I showed you in this video. And hopefully this stuff will help you guys out, help you with your own training. That's the reason why I do this stuff. I just want to be a blessing to people, share my art form with you guys. Once again, thank you for watching them all the way to the end. I think you're awesome. God bless. Deuces.